YouTube, it's Rook here from Rook Geek. Goodness, my little channel on the interweb for all things geeky and cool. I'm doing another Funko review with you guys, and it's something a little near and dear to me. When I was growing up as a kid, back in the 80s, a long time ago, in the before time, there was some properties I really loved as a kid. I mean, I loved Transformers, I loved G.I. Joe, I loved Scooby-Doo, really love Scooby-Doo, but I really loved the Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Marvin here from Marvin the Martian. Those guys I really loved, and to come out with a property for Duck Dodgers, which was, they had a few episodes of Duck Dodgers for Looney Tunes, but I think they actually made it into its own spin-off series later, I mean, fairly recently than you know, back in the 60s and 70s. I think it's a great idea. What we have here is the complete line of Duck Dodgers pops. Even the Funko glow-in-the-dark one here, which was an exclusive to the Funko store, which we're going to be reviewing as well. So we're going to go into our breakdown segment, take a look at these guys out of the packaging, show you the packaging, and say to you the big question, should you actually buy these things for yourself? So let's stay tuned and go into the breakdown segment, guys. We're in our breakdown segment, taking a look at the Duck Dodgers Funko line, complete wave, out of packaging. So let's take a look at we'll start on this side over here. Let's take a look at Marvin first. So here's Marvin's box. He's number 143 of this particular wave. Nice window box as always, has a showcase of the artwork on the side of the figure here. We have a side shot which showcases him as a side art, and we have him of course showcasing the entire wave of the 4 items in this particular wave. And let's actually look at Marvin. They actually did a really nice job on him. If you ask me, he's probably the closest transition from the actual animated show to an actual figure. I mean, he had the big white eyes to begin with, so I think they did a really good job with him in general. He has his cool little mohawk thing on top of his helmet, which looks really great. He has his little blaster, as you can see here, nice little gun. Has some little paint details on it, which is kind of cool. They did all in all a great job of transitioning him from the cartoon to a figure, so I like that one a lot. Next, let's take a look at K9. So we'll look at the packaging first. Again, showcasing the side of the artwork here on the side of the shot here. Get it out of the light so it doesn't glare. We have him on the side. The back, of course, showcases again all 4 figures, and it says K9 written on the side. He's number 144. K9, of course, looks very similar to Marvin because he was his buddy, his little loyal canine companion, hence K9. He has his nice little helmet, very similar to Marvin's, with the little mohawk idea. Big smile, great rendition again of a cartoon likeness translated into a Funko item. So I think they did a great job on him as well. Next, let's look at Cadet Pig. He's number 142 in this wave. Again, great art on the side, which showcases the Cadet Pig picture, Space Cadet. If I can kind of get a little bit of glare here, so you see an image of him on the side. Again, we have all 4 figures in this particular wave. And let's take a look at him. He was found in a toy hunt, as well as K9. Great little antenna here, no paint blemishes, typical articulation, which all Funkos have, which this is not a Disney property, so there is no bobblehead. They're nice and solid vinyl figures, which is always a plus in my opinion. No paint blemishes, he looks really good. Great translation again from an animated idea to an actual finished toy sculpted picture. Next, let's look at the 127 item, which is Duck Dodgers himself. So his packaging is pretty cool. He has this cool, neat kind of fish dome head helmet that he's wearing, which looks really cool. Again, you can see here it's rather large. It's rather bulbous in size and shape. And of course, it says Duck Dodgers written on the back. Different sort of picture for this one. There's no multiple images of the items like there were in these here. You can see all the figures. This one just says Duck Dodgers written on the back of the box, which I'm okay with. I have no problem with that at all. I really like that. So let's take a look at him here. They actually had several different versions and variants of him, including, of course, we have the glow-in-the-dark one, which we'll talk about in a second here, but they made a couple of different Comic-Con exclusive ones, very short runs on those, different colors. There was like a gamma one, like a beta colored one, so there was multiple variations, and they actually had a chase version of him, which was metallic. But all in all, I'm super happy with this one. He has a kind of fishbowl head that we talked about earlier. He's completely encased. The helmet's completely one solid piece. It does not hinder any of the articulation at all, so the head does move. His antenna does pop through the holes you can see here, which is kind of interesting. So I really like this one. I thought they did a great job with this figure. But probably the creme de la creme, so to speak, was the glow-in-the-dark one. He is identically, as the packaging is the same. There's no difference in the packaging. We'll take a look at the packaging first, so you can actually take a look at the packaging. It does have the Funko symbol over here, which is for the store exclusive, and it does say glow in the dark. Everything else about the box is identical to this box, so there's no difference in box except for the labeling. But he is great. This guy is super cool. It's identical sculpt, no difference between the two, as you can see here. Everything is identical except for the glow in the dark material, as you can see. Now, the entire pop is made out of this glow-in-the-dark stuff. His whole body, with the exception of his hands and his feet, glows. And it's probably the coolest feature that you would see is the actual light up. I'm going to put a kind of a side-by-side shot. You'll see it probably floating around over here somewhere of it actually glowing for a few seconds. I mean, the glow doesn't last long. It's probably the biggest shortcoming for the actual pop itself. The glow only lasts for a short amount of time. I would say if you put it in there from, let's say, between 20 and 30 seconds, you might get only maybe 5 to 10 seconds of glow, if that. The intensity completely drops off after that time. So I hope you guys really like this breakdown segment. Let's go into final thoughts and see if you should get these guys or not. Okay, final thoughts on the Funko Duck Dodger wave of pops that you see here out of packaging. I really like these pops. I think they did a great job of transitioning an animated property, an animated cartoon, into a three-dimensional, 3D item or collectible. I think the glow-in-the-dark one is a phenomenally done sculpt, as we talked about in the breakdown segment. The way it actually shimmers off of the glow-in-the-dark feature. Again, the only real negative we talked about briefly was that it doesn't last long. When you fully charge the actual glow-in-the-dark feature of it or function of it, it pops for a very, no pun intended, it pops for a really short time frame. I mean, you put it in there for like 20-30 seconds, you might get 5 to 10 seconds of glow out of it. I really love it. I think between the two, they did a great job. Even if it's the same sculpt, both of them look phenomenally done. Of course, Marvin's Marvin. He looks great. He looks probably the closest, in my opinion, to the actual rendition of how he looked in the cartoon to a Funko. Great job on K9, and of course, Cadet Pig. I will pull up links to all of these two guys because I actually tracked these guys down in my hunt. So you should see some links fly by at the top of the screen. So you can click on those to actually go into the toy hunt for actually track these two guys down separately. Also, guys, remember that we're closing in the end of the 250 subscriber contest. It will be ending this coming Sunday at midnight. It'll be last minute to guys get into that contest. Again, it is for the Marvel Select, or Diamond Select actually, J. Michael Straczynski Thor and the Black Widow 1990s version of her classic costume. The more entries you get into it, the more chances you guys have to win. I'd rather you guys get some really cool prizes. So remember, always like, thumbs up, and click that subscribe button. Again, I'm always watching you. I'm always watching you. Remember to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.